Usually I tend to have a slap for everybody and everything, but I figured this time around, let's do something different. Today, I'm going to give a round of applause to the people who deserve it. Here's to you, people. Here's to you. I hope this works. I clap you, I clap you, know. I clap you with vigorisms. My first applause goes to the people behind the new Strawberry Initiative. For those of you who didn't see the Guardian articles, basically, or the Loop article for that matter, basically we are going to start having greenhouse made fresh berries. It's going to be made right here because our food import bill is like so high and stuff. So we're going to start using greenhouse technologies and doing all this glorious thing so that we can have locally produced strawberries here. Let's give them a round of applause. Except though, there are people who through trial and error have been making their own strawberries and grapes and cultivating these things. So I'm kind of wondering, these people, these pioneers, will they be spoken to when this initiative starts? Will they be given any help? Like, will the creators of this berry initiative, will they go to them and say, hey, you've been doing this on your own thus far with limited success. Here's how you can, grow it more because you were doing it long before we came in, right? So, well, you know what? Never mind. Let's move on. Next on the list, the Honorable Terence Bay. Let's give it up for him. He and his team of doctors and researchers, hashtag Roshan Bay, he has been doing so much. He's been really trying to get the nation to understand how important it is to vaccinate. A round of applause for the Minister of Health. Except he also says that partying parents are the reason why kids are getting COVID. So that's a real thing he said. And when you think about partying parents, there's a sort of image that comes to mind, isn't there? Because partying parents don't get arrested or anything like that. It's, the zessas. Like, I go to a little zessa party. So right there, you are saying that you have formed a demographic of who these parents are. I don't know, that sounds kind of wonky and maybe a little short-sighted. I was going to say elitist, but that's not it. Just the partying parents are giving. So imagine you as a parent have to go to work because you can't exactly work from home like I am. You have to go outside. Maybe you don't have your own car. You're doing your part to try and keep your family safe, but the jackass next to you isn't. So you end up getting COVID. Or worse, your kid ends up getting COVID. But it's partying parents. I'm sure he has the research for that. I want to see those statistics. I want to see the statistics that correlate between people who got arrested for going to parties and their children. Because how you know that? How? No, we can do this. We can do this. I am determined to applaud people like the Ministry of Education. I applaud the Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education has gone to great lengths to make sure that our kids are vaccinated. Even the Prime Minister himself, he stood up and he said only fully vaccinated kids will be allowed, young people, children, will be allowed to do school in schools. So, good on you guys. Well done. Well done. And then the minister says that teachers do not need to declare their vaccination status. Teachers don't need to declare whether or not they were vaccinated. So, all this stress. Imagine, right? We have entire companies out there who are telling people, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't come inside our stores. You can't work in our stores until you actually show us proof of your vaccination status. And we're just fine that teachers, they don't need to. A child might be vaccinated, but who's to say that the teacher is? Because not everybody in life share the same viewpoints. There might be a teacher out there who still thinks that the vaccine will give them 5G. I don't know. I don't know. Teachers are great, but I don't know. So maybe we should know who is and who isn't after you've given me so much stress to make sure that my kids are... Teachers don't need to... Next on my clap thing, Auntie Kamala. I voted for Auntie Kamala in 2010. I believed in Auntie Kamala. I don't know what... I mean, like, you have a event and the tablecloths are not iron, and that might seem trivial, but like that's a... And finally, I'm circling back to the Ministry of Health. I'm going to take my hat off for this one. I want to give a special round of applause for the Ministry of Health for making vaccines available everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, people have no excuse now not to get a vaccine because you can legitimately go into the malls and get vaccinated. So well done. Well done. Yeah. Of course, there's no social distancing either, is there? Like this picture, which I'm giving credit to Kalain Hosein because I saw it on Kalain's Twitter, so photo credit Kalain Hosein. Look at this shot. These are all people who have gone into the mall to get the Pfizer vaccine. Where is the social distancing? Where are the protocols in place? Were there protocols in place? Now see, this is where you say to me, that's the mall. The mall should put things in place. But no. You, Ministry of Health, you're the one who said that we're going to make vaccines available everywhere, which means that you know how Trinis operate. We rush for everything because, as one other government minister says, people are greedy. So maybe, maybe we put things in place and have adequate security and all that kinds of stuff so we wouldn't have that. You know what? I take it back. Nobody gets an applause. Everybody get a slap. You 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 get a slap. Everybody get...
I slap you down. I slap you down. I slap you with violence.